This visualization highlights a $200 million Series C funding round, a type of late-stage investment used to scale established companies. That capital is backing a strict prediction from Nothing CEO Carl Pei. Traditional smartphone applications are going to disappear. Instead of screens filled with discrete software you have to navigate, the proposed replacement is an operating system run entirely by proactive artificial intelligence. These agents operate in the background to handle tasks on your behalf. The commercial focus of mobile technology is pivoting. The underlying value of the device is moving away from the visual interfaces we tap and swipe toward invisible, automated execution. Today's standard smartphone layout is a remnant of a time long before modern AI models existed. Look at this photograph from the 2007 smartphone presentation. The screen is filled with a static grid of icons. This workflow, opening a menu to select a specific, isolated program, is nearly identical to how personal digital assistants, or PDAs, operated in the 1990s. Pei noted his explicit frustration with this stagnant user experience, or UX. For 2 decades, consumers have been forced to manually browse through siloed applications from a rigid home screen. This split-screen diagram illustrates the friction involved in a simple daily task. Let's look at what it takes to execute the intention of grabbing a coffee with a friend. On the traditional workflow side, a user has to open a messaging app to coordinate, switch to a map application to find a cafe, load a rideshare service to book transport, and finally open a digital calendar to block off the time. Now look at the AI agent side. The user simply provides the single intention, getting coffee, and the system automatically coordinates the communication, navigation, transport, and scheduling simultaneously. No individual apps need to be opened. Modern hardware is bottlenecked by an interface logic designed for the processing limitations of the late 90s. Reaching this level of automation requires a phased approach. The initial phase, which relies on basic voice commands to do things like book a flight, is already active but highly limited. The second phase involves long-term memory, where the device learns your habits and provides proactive nudges, like suggesting a walk to meet a health goal. This staircase graphic maps out the required trajectory, culminating in the third and final step, intention execution. In this final stage, the operating system understands the user well enough to anticipate their needs. It formulates and executes a multi-step plan before the user even attempts to manually navigate a grid of applications. Progress in mobile computing now relies on removing the app layer that currently sits between a user's intent and the final digital execution. This impending shift away from visual grids alters how developers build software and how startups generate revenue. This high-speed data node visualization represents the new interaction model. We are moving from screens built for physical human fingers toward invisible, machine-to-machine data exchanges. Future AI agents will not operate by mimicking human touch. They won't virtually tap on menus or scroll through graphical options. Instead, developers must build for back-end integration using application programming interfaces, or APIs. An API is a set of rules that allows 2 software systems to communicate directly with each other. This direct connection replaces the need for a front-end user interface, or UI, entirely. At SXSW, Pei issued a direct warning to tech founders. If a startup's entire business model relies on the core value of a standalone, human-facing application, that company is positioned to be disrupted. The technology companies positioned to survive the next decade are those engineering software natively optimized for machine consumption. Human-centric app design is becoming obsolete.